There was no more day, no more night. Only ash fell, black snow drifting silently across a world that once breathed light. The sun had vanished centuries ago. No one knew if it had been hidden, stolen, or simply fled. One truth remained. Light no longer belonged to humankind. Empires that once rose like gold-tipped mountains had collapsed into rubble, buried under layers of ash, knee-deep and rising. The sea turned to cinders. Forests rotted into wire-thin thorns. In the sky above, ancient beings circled without sound, feasting on the souls of anyone foolish enough to look up. In this darkness, humans survived only by fire and by memory. Lyra was born beneath the dead city of Tharsil, in a damp cavern crowded with the last flickers of humanity. Survivors huddled like coals, refusing to die. They scraped bark from cave walls, whispered old songs under breath, and feared even their own echoes. Lyra could not remember her mother's face, only her lullaby. When the dark devours the sky, sing to the fire, and it will reply. Then, one night, her mother vanished in a storm of ash. Some whispered she'd been taken by the sky shadows, winged creatures with silver feathers and bottomless eyes. But Lyra didn't believe them. She believed her mother had gone to find the last ember, the fabled flame said to be able to bring the sun back. And now, it was Lyra's turn. She left on a windless night, clutching a flickering oil lamp, blackened with soot, but still alight. As long as that tiny flame burned, she would not lose herself in the dark dreams of the ash. She crossed the sea of cinders, where winds whispered like ghosts and skeletal birds lay fossilized mid-flight. She passed broken spires and silent bells, and bones too clean to have died peacefully. She entered the iron thorn forest, where trees were now rusted spines, and every branch tore fabric and skin alike. Blood left no mark here. The ash covered everything, but Lyra never turned back. She walked toward the black remnant, where stories claimed the last ember had been buried beneath stone and sorrow. On the 10th night she found it, a vast obsidian gate carved with the image of a dragon in chains, its jaws open in an eternal silent scream. When Lyra touched the stone, a chill surged through her bones, older than time. The gate opened, no sound. Only a slow inhale, as if the darkness within were alive. She descended into the heart of the ruin, where darkness had shape and weight. There she found it. A dragon, vast and ancient, bound by silver chains etched with forgotten runes. Its chest rose and fell, and within it pulsed a single glowing coal, a living ember. As she stepped closer, the dragon opened its eyes. They shimmered like collapsed stars. Not angry, not mad, just weary beyond centuries. "You seek the light?" it said, voice echoing like stone splitting underground. Lyra nodded. "I once flew beside the sun," the dragon whispered. "I burned continents to keep it safe for your kind, and in return, they chained me here. Set me free, and I will burn this world again, or rekindle it. That choice lies in your song." Lyra looked down at her oil lamp. It sputtered, on the edge of death. She had no sword, no magic, only her voice. So she sang, her mother's lullaby, a broken melody, quivering like a candle in the storm. "When the dark devours the sky, sing to the fire, and it will reply." The dragon's chest cracked with heat. The silver chains snapped. Dust rained from the ceiling like stardust. The ember became a pillar of fire, surging upward like a scream that reached the heavens. The world trembled. Above, for the first time in centuries, the sky split open with light. The sky beasts shrieked and fled northward. The survivors below squinted, mouths agape, hands reaching for the warmth they had forgotten. In the heart of flame, the dragon stared at Lyra. It did not demand. It did not beg. It waited. Only one more verse, a final song, to decide whether the world would ignite again with morning or burn in its own reckoning. Lyra closed her eyes. She saw her mother's smile, heard laughter from forgotten evenings, but also remembered betrayal, fear, the way power turned even fire into a prison, and she sang. No one ever knew what words she chose. The next morning, ash still fell, but lighter, like dust on golden skin. On the far horizon, a single ray of light cut the sky like a silk ribbon. The sun had not fully returned, but it had stirred. At the heart of the ruins, they found a small footprint etched in melted stone. Around it, black glass. Ash turned to obsidian by heat beyond fire. No dragon, no girl. But near the site, the first green shoots had begun to grow. Pale, shivering, alive, and in the breeze barely heard, a lullaby drifted. When the dark devours the sky, sing to the fire, and it will reply. The end.